Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses on Kwing's Let's Plays. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Fire Emblem arrives every day at 3 p.m. And grab some popcorn because, well, today is support stuff. Yay!
Yay!
Well done, your princeliness. I'm certainly not in any hurry to get on your bad side.
I assumed you would attack us head-on. I clearly need to rethink my opinion of you. Well done, Dimitri.
You both deserve equal praise for a battle well fought. All three houses did extremely well. Don't you agree, Professor?
Blank stare.
No.
The Golden Deer House was very strong.
It's an honor to hear that from a fighter such as yourself. But there's no getting around it. The Blue Lions were better prepared. In any case, I hope the day never comes when we have to put this experience to use.
Oh my
I wouldn't
gosh.
mind. I'll accept a challenge from either of you at any time. I'm kidding, of course.
That is nothing to joke about. The true battle of the Eagle and Lion is best left in the past. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually change the name of this mock battle.
I hope so.
Agree.
How admirable, Teach. On that note, I have a proposition. When we get back to Garreg Mach, let's have a grand feast to break down the walls between our respective houses. And by a grand feast, I mean a fairly regular feast in the dining hall.
You really value that kind of thing, don't you? Well, I suppose no harm can come from it. Count me in.
I have no objections either. And you, Professor?
I'm looking forward to it. I don't know.
You look so happy. I love seeing you like this.
Oh my gosh.
I suppose
You're
that
with
look on your face
Ingrid.
is just another boon from
Jerk.
this glorious day. Perhaps the best one of all.
Why is he talking to you like you're his girlfriend?
Creepy.
She's your teacher, Dimitri.
I had a wonderful time today, Professor. As usual, I was astonished by how much you ate in the name of celebration.
What?
Really, though, I must thank you again. Our victory in the Battle of the Eagle and Lion was thanks in no small part to you.
Duh. We all did our part. I don't know.
That's the spirit. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging your own strengths every now and then.
Yes, and be.
I feel silly admitting this now, but when you first came to lead our class, you unnerved me. You never smiled, and you never showed anger either. And yet, you didn't appear to be suppressing your emotions. They just weren't there. At first, I thought perhaps you just didn't care for us. But I soon concluded that wasn't the case at all. For the longest time, I just couldn't tell what you were thinking. It was though you had no humanity whatsoever.
And now? That does sting, though.
You're different now. In the half year we've spent together, I've seen the glow of humanity in your eyes, and in your actions countless times. I am truly grateful to have had the chance to spend this time with you, Professor.
Getting cozy, are we? Mind if I cut in?
That's enough, Sylvain.
Oh, please. I would love to join you as well. I have so many things I wish to talk to you about, Professor.
Oh, me too. I have so much to tell you. And I want to thank you, too.
I talk to you guys
Honestly,
all the
Professor,
time.
I was only able to achieve so much because you were with us.
Ash is right. You're irreplaceable to us, Professor. Yes, that! Without you, the Blue Lions... Well, we wouldn't even be the Blue Lions at all. Except for the blue part. Because we'd be sad.
I suppose
They're always
Worse
sad.
things than fighting at
Yeah,
your
that's why
side.
they're called blue.
I have had the opportunity to experience much. Please allow me to offer you my gratitude once more, Professor.
As you can see, you have our trust as well as our admiration. I look forward to spending the rest of the year with you.
As do I.
Good.
Good. Then let's give it our all this year. Anyhow, it's getting late. We had better return to our quarters and get some rest.
I can only call your deeds during the Battle of the Eagle and Lion quite versatile.
Comparing against their performance at the mock battle of the Great Tree Moon, the students have grown significantly. It is clear that this is a result of your guidance.
Sure.
In appreciation of your efforts and to show our high hopes for the future of your students, I award you with this. Please continue to instruct your students as a model teacher.
So, you've made good use of all my power after all. I would have been upset if you had failed at such an easy task.
Hey!
Ouch.
It pains me to assign such a disturbing mission to you during such a blessed moment in time. However, next month your assignment will be to journey to Remire Village to investigate an abnormal occurrence there.
Remire Village. If I recall, you've been there with your father many times.
An abnormal occurrence?
I have yet to ascertain the details, but it would seem the villagers have been acting strangely. I have already dispatched the knights to verify the authenticity of this information. They should be back shortly. I suggest you begin by finding out what they have discovered.
I pray this is not a bad omen.
Now it
May
is.
the goddess protect you all.
What do you mean, not a bad omen?
Blessed Lance.
Okay. I guess we could trade it with some.
Part 1. White Clouds. Red Wolf Moon. The Flame in the Darkness. Hoarfrost now graces treetops and open fields alike, and an icy chill blown in from the north of Fargus blankets the land. All of Fódlan's creatures begin to settle in for a long winter. The setting sun bathes the full winter coat of every wolf in a foreboding scarlet glow. Hunters can now spread the word that the Red Wolves are back on the prowl.
Red Wolves.
Yeah. I never heard of Red Wolves before.
Fantasyland, I guess. Oh, actually, you know what?
5,000.
That's not even a surprise to me anymore.
That's what we're dealing with. Is there no chance it's an infectious disease?
There are no absolutes in medicine, but the chances are extremely slim. Restless movements, fits of violence, becoming bedridden, or even impossible to wake. With symptoms that varied, there are only a few possibilities.
Zombies.
It's either a mixture of poisons or magic, and dark magic at that.
You're talking about Remire Village, aren't you, Manuela?
Oh my, if it isn't Jeralt. Tell me, what was the first thing you heard?
Everything, after you mentioned that it's not likely an infectious disease. My child and I owe the people of Remire Village. If something's happening there, we must help them.
We scouted the area ourselves. Speak with the knights, hear what they have to say. I must go. Thank you for your help, Manuela.
You know, I'm more than willing to go with you to Remire Village. After all, I owe you my life. If you'd like, I bet we could even manage the mission all by ourselves. Just the two of us.
Wait, is she talking to me or Jeralt?
Probably Jeralt.
Professor! A bit of a tease, are we? A girl could get used to this side of you.
Nice try, but I'll be going to the village as well. Enough nonsense. It's time to move out.
As you like. Goodbye, Jeralt. Goodbye, Professor.
I'll be in my office making preparations. What about you? If you have the time, it would be helpful if you could go ahead and talk to the knights. Hey,
whoa!
What's wrong?
We just fainted, apparently. I got a bit dizzy.
If anything feels off, return to the infirmary. No need to just grin and bear it.
What if I
Got
don't
it?
have any health insurance? because it's too expensive in this state.
What could have caused such dizziness? I felt it too. Actually, I felt that way before.
Maybe I was dizzy from seeing the fee I would have to pay in taxes for not having health insurance.
Maybe. I don't know. Alright, so let's get back to school.
Alright, I just realized that we look nothing at all like our father, Jeralt. Look completely different. He has all very light colored hair.
All
and
due to your coaching.
Light colored eyes. We have dark blue eyes and dark blue hair.
We look like your typical Fire Emblem character.
Yeah, but why does our dad look completely different?
Well, the dad of Ike didn't have blue hair, and he was really their dad.
Why not?
Because the person with blue hair is the one that... Never mind!
That was helpful coaching.
Right, that was helpful. Oh yeah, horse stuff.
I am so tempted to dye my own hair blue so I could, seem important in my own life. I'll be like, I'm the hero of my own story.
All due to your coaching.
Because I have blue hair. Alright, I'm sorry for being aggressive on the battlefield in my backseat game.
There's so much left to learn.
It's really not helping anything for me being like, no, don't, no.
I think it would have worked out better had the characters not been over-leveled. Like, your analysis of things. But
no, why do you not send your healer with the major group of people? You always send the big group of people, and then you send no healer with them, and then you have them squirming around, sending them back, instead of just sending the healer with them. You should send the lower class healer with 2 people, that way it's easier for her to get to those 2 people, and then send the big person, then the good healer with a whole group of people. It makes more sense.
Oh, you are getting so triggered. Great!
I've learned.
Yay, okay, so Ash is done.
For every one thing I say out loud, there's like a million things that I don't say.
Interesting. Great!
I appreciate your guidance.
Yeah!
I feel like Ingrid would be not a nice person in real life.
She's fine. She's just...
Well, she's not.
been hurt.
What are you talking about? She said horrible things to do.
Yeah, you're right.
She didn't want to make friends with Annette. She's just mean.
Didn't you pay attention to her thing with Bernie? She's been kind of like a shut-in. Like, only recently had she started to come out on her own. She was really torn up when Glenn died.
No big deal.
That's her whole life.
Yeah, but she told one person that she didn't even love Glenn, and then the other person, she said she did love Glenn. It's like, so...
Yeah, okay, you got a point. I
feel like I personally feel like she's being honest with Dimitri and not honest with everyone else.
Yeah.
I feel like when she told Dimitri she did love Glenn, it's like she didn't want to admit that to anyone else. Everyone else, she's like, I'm fine. It's kind of like when you're...
I learned a lot.
I don't want to say it, but it's kind of like, I don't know why, but it feels like she doesn't want to admit that she was in love with him. Glenn, it's kind of like where, say your pet dies, I don't want to be, dark or anything.
Wow.
But, say a pet dies or something, and then people are like, are you okay? You must be, really in bad shape. And then you're just like, I'm fine, everything's fine. But in reality, it's not fine. But you just don't want to talk about it. And then you talk to your best friend and they're like, I'm so sorry about your pet. And then you cry and you're like, you're right. Correctly. I am so messed up. My pet hurt. She basically opened up and really said the real thing in front of Dimitri.
No need for praise.
Whereas everyone else, she just is lying and saying she's fine.
Okay, Amber.
I don't know if I explained it.
I answered correctly.
I probably went down a really dark path to explain that.
Okay, Amber.
I apologize.
Amber!
Okay.
I
don't like this game. It's too dark. And yes, I thought we were gonna get slaughtered on that battlefield because I felt like you were moving.
Well, guess what?
People around.
I won, so that's all that matters.
I know, but I would have won in a more safe way that didn't cause high blood pressure.
Again, lecture.
I can't even see your eyes.
Ah! Okay, now we have a question. Go away! Stay away for a while so she starts to miss you.
I've been trying to win out of a girl, but none of the girls' fancy sweets, gifts or sweets are the things I tell her have worked. Do you have a secret to dating tricks that I can win her heart? Stay away, try having a deeper connection, or cleaning up your act. Try cleaning up your act.
Professor.
Wow. Focus on face skills to be a bishop? Okay, I guess. She's gonna be a warlock now, which is kind of the opposite of a bishop, but okay. Well, I mean,
I see.
Never mind.
So you'll be staying here for some time then? Honestly, I'm surprised. I've heard it's been a few years since you last donated to the church.
That was merely because of the financial situation of my territory. I assure you it has nothing to do with my dedication to the church. By the way, Dimitri, isn't Edelgard currently enrolled at the Officers' Academy as well?
Huh?
Yes, she's in the Black Eagle House. I don't believe she has any plans to leave anytime soon. Why not pay her a visit?
I may do just that. It's nice to stay in touch with my dear niece every now and then. Of course, I'm also delighted that I was able to speak with my nephew as well. Whether through marriage or otherwise, family is family after all.
Of course. The feeling is mutual.
Wait, it says me nephew? Nephew-in-law?
What?
Demetrius?
Professor, if you were watching, you should have made your presence known.
Psh.
Who was that?
Who was that?
That was Lord Arundel, the regent for the Empire. He is also Edelgard's uncle.
He called you his nephew?
My stepmother was his younger sister. We are not related by blood, but he is technically my uncle.
So you and Edelgard are...
Yes. My stepmother was Edelgard's birth mother. Edelgard and I are siblings by marriage.
What?
We can delve into that topic another time. For now, let's make preparations to investigate what's happening in that village.
Wait, you guys are like...
The princess of the Empire and the kingdom's prince are kin. How very odd.
I find it odd as well.
All beings are attached somehow to those who are their family. Yes, even I.
Creepy music.
I must have had a family too. I wish I could remember them. My family. I wonder who and where they are, and what they're doing now. In any case,
Your
about
ghost,
this Arundel. You've heard that name before, correct?
Arundel?
In the library?
Quite true. We came across that name within the library, right where the prince had been. I thought that Arundel had died, and yet, not so. He seems alive and well. I wonder what the prince had hoped to learn from reading of his uncle's charity. So many things the prince has yet to tell. How bothersome.
That he's secretly evil!
The prince?
Are we talking about Dimitri?
I don't know. What now? Bernie!
Oh my gosh.
Yes!
Great weather today. Perfect for shutting yourself inside, don't you think?
Definitely.
I'm glad you get it. With great weather like this, there'll be no one inside to bother us. I love feeling like I'm all alone in the world.
What made you such a recluse anyway?
Oh, that. Well, I guess I can tell you, Professor. My father's obsessed with money. He's only ever seen me as bait for a rich husband. To train me to be a good, submissive wife, he'd do things like tie me to a chair and leave me there all day, challenging me to stay quiet. I tried hard to do as he asked. Honestly, I did. But before I knew it, I just couldn't bring myself to leave my room anymore.
That's pretty weird.
It's
pretty messed
child
up.
services.
That's pretty weird.
I just had this overwhelming feeling of fear all the time. No matter how hard I tried, my father never thought I was good enough.
He tied you
After
to a
that,
chair?
It was just constant scolding. He couldn't say 2 words to me without mentioning how useless I was. An unmarriageable girl.
That's
Life
not
was
really
isolating,
helping you to
say
get
the
married.
least. I wasn't allowed to play with other kids, let alone make friends. Soon, I stopped wanting that. I was happiest alone.
Well, I guess
Even
you're
that made me
depressed, so
mad.
you should be a blue
And when he
lion.
tried to drag me outside, I kicked and screamed so much, I seriously hurt myself. He's calmed down a bit in recent years. His constant torment was replaced with complete indifference. He mostly acts like I don't exist now.
How did you end up at the monastery?
If you can believe it, I was basically kidnapped. My mother ordered an attendant to stuff me in a bag while I was sleeping. By the time I figured out what was going on, I was already here.
Yep, she's a blue
For a
line.
while, I was sure I was going to die.
Yeah.
But here I am. Look at me. Still breathing.
Yay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you down talking like that about my past. Just forget everything I told you. There's no point in talking about myself anyway. Idiot! Oh, this is why everyone hates you, Bernie!
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Everyone else has a horrible backstory, too.
You're the only one who would ever say such a kind thing to me, Professor. I'm sorry. Please don't look at me.
I'm gonna stare straight at you.
Stare.
Oh my gosh.
You better become a blue lion after that.
Alright, she has a sad backstory too, so she has to be a blue lion. I'm sorry about the tying her for hours to a chair thing.
I am
Pretty
happy that
disturbing.
you invited me, even though it interferes with my nap time. Much appreciated.
What is it with you black eagles? You're just so arrogant.
Is there a button for slap him across the face?
Yes, where is it? Let's look for it. Alright, talk.
I disagree.
He's like, psh, school. Psh. Tell me about yourself.
Agreed.
Oh, he likes that.
He likes that topic.
He likes that, don't you?
Agreed.
Okay. Come. Nice tea time. 2 conversations.
That was delicious. It feels good to relax. Well, I'm off to catch a nap.
Yeah, you just used me for tea. Got some free tea, and now you'll be on your way, I guess. Psh. Psh, that'll be $50 on your birthday. Don't know.
Now what?
Oh, great.
Thank you for your help the other day, Professor. Please, allow me to express my gratitude by taking you to dinner.
You're my student. It was nothing. No!
Fantastic. Please think about what you'd like to eat. After all, such magnificent guidance must work up quite an appetite.
Nope, you're my student.
I've studied
Inappropriate.
swordsmanship for some time, but your mercenary skills are something else entirely. Speaking of which, there's another question I must ask you.
The answer's
Were you
no.
reconciled with the reality of battle from your first foray? With the killing part, I mean?
No.
I see.
And you?
No. I do not carry that burden well. I doubt that will change, no matter how many years come and go. The first time I led on the battlefield, I was sent to quell a rebellion in the west. It was not a difficult fight. The enemy was not well trained, and their morale was low. A swing of the lance, and your opponent falls. A flash of your blade, and a path opens up. That's the sort of battle it was. Easy, right?
What caused the rebellion?
The noble family from that area sought to seize the throne after my father's untimely death. The leader of the rebel army was defeated, and the rebellion quelled. This was at the height of the post-war period. I recall coming across a dead soldier's body. He was clutching a locket. and inside was a lock of golden hair. I don't know to whom it belonged. His wife? His daughter? Mother? Lover? I'll never know. He was a soldier, an enemy, someone we had cut down without hesitation. But in that moment, I realized he was also a real person, just like the rest of us.
He wasn't a robot?
Of course, we cannot stand idly by and allow anyone to commit senseless acts of violence. Yet, in dispensing what we call justice, we take the lives of cherished family members, beloved friends. Killing is part of the job, but even so, there are times when I'm chilled to the bone by the depravity of my own actions.
The tragic hero.
It's normal to feel that way. That means you're human.
Is it? Perhaps you're right. I pray that you are. Professor, may I speak freely?
No.
When we first met, I thought of you as someone who felt no strong feelings about killing your enemies. I could never trust someone who kills without batting an eye. My heart won't allow it. But after speaking with you and getting to know you better, I can see you're not like that. Now I know, with all my heart, that I can trust you. Thank you for that.
Okay.
AmbyChan, support level is B.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Now what?
Hey, Ingrid, this kind of work is definitely your thing, and I've got some urgent business.
I can't finish this all alone. Try to be helpful sometimes, Sylvain.
Are you that helpless?
Wow.
How's that, Professor? If you ask me, I think we did pretty well.
Yes, Sylvain put his back into it for once. Next thing we know, pigs will be taking to the air.
I'm having deja vu.
It feels... I don't want to say it, but I know people are going to say it. Even though I'm nothing like Sylvain, and you're nothing like Ingrid, I feel similar things with us in them.
Got it.
What are you talking about?
Just the way they interact.
I don't interact anything like Ingrid. What are you talking about?
Never mind.
What?
Now what?
I don't know what you're talking about, Luke.
Hello, Professor. You're really on the move today. A lot to get done, I take it? I'm happy to help. Tell me, is there anything I can do to lighten your load a bit?
But when did we even start a thing with you? Nothing comes to mind.
Oh, surely there must be something. Don't be shy about asking for help. We're practically siblings, after all. Cut from the same cloth.
How are we siblings?
I was raised by Jeralt just as you were, so we should have no trouble getting along.
How were you raised by Jeralt?
You think we're...
You were raised by Jeralt?
Let's get out of here.
Huh? Did I not mention that? How thoughtless. What an embarrassing gaffe. My parents died when I was small, and I came to live in the monastery. It was an aimless existence. But sometimes a knight would pass by wearing magnificent armor. That knight was Jeralt. And the first time he laid eyes on me, he made me his squire. What was he thinking, huh?
Oh, sounds like Jeralt. Good old Jeralt.
No kidding. I don't think I'll ever fully understand his logic. Later, I heard that the squire preceding me had died of a terrible plague.
Oh my god!
What in the
Him was about
world?
the same age, so
Oh my god!
Jeralt thought me a suitable replacement. A little nutty, old Jeralt, there's no doubt about that. Quite a character.
Were you guys going through
All that
territory
was
that
more
had the
than
plague,
30
though?
years ago. How time flies.
30
years? Oh my gosh! How old
That's
is
right.
that guy?
I wasn't even 15 years old. Well, Jeralt hardly seems to have aged since then.
I know,
In
he's
fact,
like...
over drinks he once told me, perhaps that's a story for another day. At any rate, that's Jeralt for you. One of a kind. I don't think there's anyone else quite like him.
Probably not.
Right. Well, now you've heard my whole story.
That's your whole
I hope
story?
that you understand now why I feel such a strong sense of attachment to you. If you're ever in a bind, just give me a holler. I'll help however I can.
Thanks for offering, but I can handle myself.
Indeed, indeed.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'll let you get back to it. But truly, if I can take anything off your plate, don't hesitate to let me know.
This guy's not a romance option for AmbyChan, is he?
He is, I think. I'd go for him. I mean, he's older than all the other people.
Yeah.
You're there with a bunch of school children. Okay, you have people that are either 20 years older than you or 4 or 5 years younger than you and are your students. Which means there are absolutely no romantic options for you. And there's nobody who's actually come in and swept AmbyChan off her feet and saved the day. Nobody.
That's true.
So I just think that she shouldn't marry anyone. Because that's who I would choose. Nobody.
So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow with an exploring day and all kinds of stuff that's happening this month. Crazy. Huzzah! So anyway, God bless and happy gaming. Thanks so much for watching. And hopefully we'll be able to recruit Birdie. Bye-bye.
See ya!